Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen was released as the first digital bundle of 5e, allowing us to buy both a print and a D&D Beyond digital copy at once. There have been many reasons, and there will be even more in the future, for the D&D community to demand digital bundles, so this first release should be reason for celebration. But is it really? I have serious doubts concerning the real benefits of the Dragonlance Digital Bundle. D&D Beyond is an interesting tool used by many groups, and accessing the digital content of the books we're using to play may be very handy to keep our game sessions running smoothly. As with any digital book, the digital copy is much easier to browse for research and consultation, especially if you use the digital tools to prepare your sessions. Digital copies will become even more important in the future, with the launch of the 1D&D virtual tabletop in 2024. Wizards of the Coast is investing a lot on its VTT, as it really seems to be the future of play for those of us who play both online and offline. After all, D&D is using the Unreal Engine to build the most beautiful VTT ever seen. Once it's released, it will be a compelling reason for many players to use it even when playing face-to-face, instead of traditional maps and miniatures. A key piece of that roadmap was the acquisition of D&D Beyond by Wizards of the Coast in the beginning of this year, to use it as a platform to build around everything related to the D&D digital experience. Prior to that, D&D Beyond was an independent company who simply had the rights to publish digital versions of D&D content. Now that everything is under the Wizards umbrella, digital bundles became a possibility. There are two digital bundles to choose from in Dragonlance: the book bundle and the deluxe edition bundle, which includes the campaign book, the Warriors of Krynn board game, a DM screen, and the digital copy. If you bought any of those bundles during the pre-order period, you also got a 2-week early access to the digital copy before the product release. Sounds like a good deal, but what about the price? That's where things got much less interesting. The answers are different according to where you live in, but none of them is really great. A digital bundle sale is a much more complex operation than it may first appear, as it's fair to imagine that everything about this model is under test, and that many changes will happen in the future. First of all, it's a direct sales model, from Wizards straight to our homes. That is a very complex logistics. Nailing it down will certainly demand effort, and it certainly costs more than delivering to retailers. That also means that Wizards has started to compete directly with local game stores and with digital retailers. The former is certainly not great news for local game stores. As for the latter, it's something that we consumers will probably be very thankful in the future, given how much monopoly power digital retailers are amassing, and the consequences that could bring to prices in a few years. Speaking of prices, that's another hard challenge to get right on a bundle offer. How many additional digital sales do I make for print consumers for every $1 of discount I offer? How many additional print sales do I make to digital consumers? And how much money am I losing providing a discount for those who would buy print and digital products anyways? Does that result covers my increased costs with direct sales? The only way for Wizards to find the price point that maximizes this equation is testing different prices. And if you have to test different prices, better be conservative and not give that much of discount in your first trial, right? That's exactly what Wizards did. So don't get excited about the digital bundle deals. They're not great. On the other hand, it doesn't mean it might not get much better in future releases. If you live in continental Europe, the book bundle during pre-order was priced at around 65 euros, compared to the 70 euros of buying the items separately. So the bundle benefit was simply a 5 euros discount and the early 2-week access. Might be enough incentive for some people, but it certainly wouldn't be for me. The Deluxe Edition bundle is a far worse deal. It would cost around an additional 40 euros to buy the bundle. You heard it right. The bundle is 40 euros more expensive than buying the products separately. It would cost, because during most of the pre-order period, the bundle was unavailable and you would have to join a waiting list. So there's obviously no benefit there. If you live in the UK, at least there was no waiting list for the Deluxe Edition bundle, but you would still pay an additional £55 for buying the bundle, compared to buying the products separately. Is there a benefit? Well, yes, but not for a noble reason. Probably due to the global supply chain mess, the Deluxe Edition and the Warriors of Kryn board game will only be available in late February, early March in the UK and continental Europe. I understand that if you bought the bundle, you would get it delivered this beginning of December. So, instead of paying £120 to only get the game in March, you'd be paying £175 to get it in early December. The costly benefit here clearly has nothing to do with a digital bundle at all. For UK residents, buying the book bundle, or the book and the digital copy, costs the same. So the benefit is really only the 2-week early access. But it gets worse. Contrary to continental Europe, and along the lines of the US, D&D print product prices drop after their release. Journeys to the Radiant Citadel, for instance, can be bought today for £30 in the UK, compared to the £41 you'd pay for the Dragonlance book during the pre-order period. So, if you're not in a hurry and would rather save yourself £10, you might as well buy the digital copy and wait for the print copy price to drop before buying. If you live in the US, the digital bundle's discount is much more attractive. The book bundle costs $60, a $15 discount compared to buying print and digital copy in separate. That's equivalent to a 50% discount on the digital copy cost. The Deluxe Edition bundle costs $155, which is a $20 or 67% discount on the cost of the digital copy. While this seems to be an attractive deal at first glance, once again, it's nothing particularly great. D&D product prices in the US drop almost immediately after its release. Spelljammer, that cost $70 during its pre-order period, can be bought now for $47. Other products cost around $30 or $15 cheaper than what you would pay for the Dragonlance book alone during pre-order. Once again, there's nothing of digital for this bundle. You're paying the same price for the bundle that you would pay if you were to buy it after its release. So what you're really acquiring is an early access, 2 weeks earlier for the digital content and release day for the book and board game. As you can see, regardless of the region, what you never get is a real price discount for buying the digital bundles. Sometimes you're simply paying the same price to get a 2-week early digital access. Sometimes you're actually paying much more, only so that you may get your hands into a product that in normal circumstances would have been globally released at once, and not with a 3-month delay. I'm really curious about what's going to happen with the digital bundle prices now that the pre-order period is over. I have no hopes that a deal that will make any sense for the Deluxe Edition bundle in UK or continental Europe. The book bundle, however, may become an interesting deal for all regions if its price were to drop some $15 over the next days. If that happens, then it's a clear sign that Wizards is willing to create a strong incentive for D&D fans to have both the print and digital copy, and that a similar logic would apply for future product bundles. If nothing happens to the digital bundle prices, then there's no real digital bundle at all. It's only a cheap trick to surf on our fear of missing out and fish some additional dollars from our pockets in exchange of an early access. Don't forget all of that the next time you consider buying digital bundles or any new release during pre-order period. If those few bucks make a difference for you, just hold on tight for a few weeks. You will get a better deal in exchange for your patience.